Hello guys, this is Nikki, you also known as Space Trader, and you're watching the Awesome 10X Live Market Update. It is a Friday, January 15, and wanted to explain that every Friday we do give a free Friday class. So do join us later, 5:30 p.m. Philippine time. We're going to discuss everything that you want to know about SPACs in under an hour. So for those who aren't aware, what is a SPAC? It's a special purpose acquisition company. Of course, a lot of market returns have come from SPACs, and so we want you to actually learn about them. We actually discussed some of them last December about Spectacular 2020, which you can actually check inside our website and our channel. And of course, we invite everyone that we have a promotion for 2021 for only 15,800 pesos a year. You can actually go into our website and learn about awesome 10X companies and carefully research for you. Within our website, you can actually read and check every course inside your mobile. So all of the courses can actually be accessed. There are newbie training courses. There's an inner circle and a daily summary wherein you can just actually cheat your way. If you don't know what stock to buy, these are actually companies that we are actually giving out by recommendations, and it's done daily for you so that you are actively knowing which companies you could buy for the day of January 15, January 14, January 13. Take note that the companies that we actively pitch actually have a 20% downside, but a 100% or 500% upside, which means that they are not day trading ideas. They are definitely long-term, a decade worth of ideas. In fact, we actually we actually always say that hashtag winners win. We don't actually trade. We are actually investing in companies that we actually want. So last night, let me just discuss a few things that happened, some market news for you. A couple of days ago, I'm not sure if it was last night or last night, the market has been aware that there will be an ARK Space Fund. And so the ARK Space Fund would definitely be bullish on a lot of your space-related names. So I actually told people that among space-related names, definitely SRAC would actually be one of the perhaps picks of ARK Invest, and people were already just buying it up. Primarily because if you know, an ARK Space Fund would definitely be about space exploration. And how could you have space exploration without having SRAC, aka Momentus? So Momentus is a SPAC that's actually a very strong space play. And I'd say that the market, upon knowing that ARK Invest is going to have a space fund, actually front ran this thing, which is normal, right? If you have, example, a Roundhill sports betting fund, definitely you would likely know what Roundhill would buy. There will be a lot of GAN, gonna be a lot of IGT, a lot of DraftKings, Penn National. Perhaps tomorrow there will be a Fubo TV inside a sports betting fund like that. So in a way, the market investors are already aware that given a potential ARK Space Fund, which is actually going to be headed by Tasha Keeney and Sam Koros. Of course, people know about Cathie Wood, but the main analysts, the one that actually were the biggest proponents who were analyzing for ARK Invest would be Tasha Keeney and Sam Koros. We do love them, and so we think that the market would love ARK Space Fund, and there will have a lot of investors within these groups. Billions would pour. And so I do believe that SRAC would have ARK Space Fund. Beneficiary, you see that, which is IPOA of Shamath, was actually a beneficiary. Take note about those gap ups. These gap ups, in my view, were a front run gap up on ARK Invest, ARK Space Fund, right? So SPCE, you've got a lot there. Let me just show you the exact pictures in my which I want to discuss. So you've got Stable Road acquisition, 26% up. Of course, weed-related names continue to rise higher. Let me discuss weeds later on, but not yet. yes, this is part of the drones. I'm not sure if it's ARK Invest that is pushing this up, or simply people liking flying cars and flying vehicles. This has gone up from about $14 to $46 in just about 3 months. Very strong move for EH. Aldeyra Therapeutics, I'd want to discuss this and discuss and read about it. Very strong move last night, 17-18%. You've got Aldeyra Therapeutics is a biotechnology company. The principal activities include raising capital, research and development activities. Company is in the development of treatment for the diseases related to aldehydes. That's why it's Aldeyra Therapeutics. The company is focused on development caused by inflammation and inborn errors of metabolism that are caused by naturally occurring toxic and pro-infla. Let's read those biogenetics because, as you know, these types of sectors have been moving up. You've seen CHEK, CHEK, the colorectal cancer solution or antidote, like a diagnostic and research, went up from about 90 cents to about $1.84. Let's take a look at CHEK again. I'll show this charts again for you. But definitely, we are seeing a lot of demand for a lot of biogenetic spaces. I'd share to you another space-related name other than SPCE and SRAC. MAXR Technologies, also up 25%. So MAXR is a provider of solutions in Earth intelligence and space infrastructure. Company operates in two reportable segments, Earth intelligence and space infrastructure. The company is delivering disruptive value to the government and commercial customers to help them monitor, understand, and navigate a changing planet, deliver a global broadband communication, explore and advance the use of space. The company is focused on delivering end-to-end capabilities in satellites and robotics. Let's go to the website of MAXR Technologies, ticker symbol MAXR. MAXR. So definitely, this has been rising for quite a while. Since March, this has rallied from $8 to $40, something in the realm of 500%. And of course, with a space-related fund, most of the people believe that perhaps this is going to also be an ARK Invest company pick, right? So the people are just speculating, but whether ARK Invest truly invests in them or not, the point is that if you are doing a space fund, I guess that as a sector bet, you would have some of these names. Let's take a look at the Wikipedia of MAXR Technologies. Let's learn more about this company, maxr.com. This is a space tech company headquartered in Westminster, Colorado, United States. They said that they manufacture communication, Earth observation, radar, on-orbit servicing satellite products. They are helping the journalists world over, it says here. Let's read all the news about MAXR Technologies. It says here, why are space stocks rocketing higher today? So they climb more than 15%. Let's read the news for you. So written by TMF's L. Dublu or Lou Whiteman, says here that Stable Road, SRAC, New Providence are up more than 19%. Your Virgin Galactic, your MAXR, they're all up very heavily. Indeed, your space stocks are rocketing higher, pardon the pun. Space stocks are rocketing higher because Cathie Wood's ARK Invest with their flagship ARK Innovation Fund returning 170% with an asset under management of $17 billion is so hot right now that when they made a filing to invest and operate a space exploration ETF with a ticker symbol ARKX, space is a red-hot area right now, attracting significant investor interest. There has been a front-run move on the ARK Invest Fund. Virgin Galactic is a space tourism company paying customers beyond the Earth for about $250,000 apiece. MAXR is a maker of space hardware and a provider of satellite-based Earth imaging and data. SRAC is going to be Momentous, which is building spacecrafts capable of moving satellite and space debris in orbit. New Providence is a SPAC set to merge with space-based communications vendor Space Mobile. So all four are actually moving 20% higher. Let me show to you the charts of them just for your information. NPA, New Providence acquisition, rallied from $10 to $15, $16. Take note that these are all gap ups. These are all space-related names that have really gotten that gap up courtesy of ARK Invest. Gap up courtesy of ARK Space. People love ARK Invest, and actually they're willing to front run ARK Invest before the fund formally starts. Other potential industries that will actually enter in their wide range of defense sector would actually be, other than, of course, they have a huge association with Elon Musk's Tesla. SpaceX is, of course, not public. There are some companies that people believe are also going to be an entry point. It would be Northrop, Lockheed Martin, Leidos Holdings, L3, Harris Technologies. So, of course, these are interplanetary opinion ideas. So it's very hard. It depends whether you believe that we are going to be on the verge of space travel in the next decade. But let's take a look at news. Let's read. In Westminster, a company satellites help journalists the world over. Maxar has worked to confirm stories of major geopolitical importance. So in January 12, 2021, it says here that a massive amount of information of ammonium nitrate is stored at a port in Beirut. It exploded, causing hundreds of deaths and thousands of injuries in neighborhoods in the Lebanese capital. A visual journalist at the New York Times wanted to learn more about the ship that brought the ammonium nitrate that actually did the Beirut explosion. If you remember the Beirut explosion last 2020, to do so, he needs the help of Stephen Wood, 2,600 miles away in Colorado, and satellites 300 miles above them both. Wood is running the news bureau at Maxar Technology. This is a space tech company that is working with journalists at no cost so that their news outlets can provide satellite imagery that can confirm crucial details of the story. They were able to track the ship in Beirut, discover that it is still there, submerged, not far from where it dropped its deadly cargo. For larger stories, I often send them requests for a very specific image and location to track, example, a motorcade in central Pyongyang as an indicator of Kim Jong-un's whereabouts. This year, Maxar's imagery showed the rapid construction of hospitals in Wuhan, China, and massive graves in Iran, where the government lied about the coronavirus spread. It displayed the extent of the wildfires in US, an earthquake in Turkey, hurricanes in Central America, and an oil spill in Russia. We work with Maxar when we need detailed imagery from the sky. The stars don't always align due to the weather or flight paths, but when they do, the results are pretty fantastic. When television reporters in India heard China constructed a village in the sovereign Buddhist kingdom of Bhutan, they emailed Wood the coordinates of the suspected village. Pulling out from Maxar's database of images dating back 20 years, they could see the creation of a new village. A journalist may just be starting their story, thinking about research topics, and they might have heard something from a human source embedded in their organization or elsewhere, but they don't have quiet enough to go on yet. Given the visual aspect of what we are able to do, it complements journalists very well. Sometimes we can never refute or confirm the reporting. Along with natural disasters, Maxar's technology excels, showing armed conflicts, which are often difficult and dangerous to report on. Its satellite imagery provides the claims of Rohingya and clearly shows the Myanmar military's devastating destruction of their villages. So this is more of a human rights violation. Attacks against civilian infrastructure displacement can be easily tracked through satellites, said Cathie from the New York Times. There's a big value for remote sensing in the satellite imaging, coming with a specific timestamp and coordinates, which can be useful to establish precise timelines. They've helped the New York Times uncover the bombing of a migrant detention center, which is a war crime in Libya. It turned out there was an earlier airstrike 11 minutes earlier targeting a military site next to the migrant center, a crucial part of the story. Indeed, the news bureau has ethical boundaries. It will not show U.S. troop movements or work with outlets in countries facing U.S. sanctions, such as Iran, as well as occasional conflicts of interest. It may decline to offer free photos for an expose of an oil company that is a customer of Maxar's, charging instead. It denies only a few of the hundred of requests it receives each year, according to Wood. guys, we need to protect MAXR technology because they are trying to save us from actual potential bomb explosions in the future. And so I believe that it is a security risk. And so whether people would say that, war crimes are huge, human crimes are very, very huge in the world, and we want to actually stop it and prevent it from happening. And so if companies like MAXR can help uncover and perhaps stop these from happening, tagging China, Iran, Kim Jong-un, Lebanon, Libya, Myanmar, North Korea, Rohingya, Russia, satellite images, the New York Times, Turkey, Utah, Washington, D.C., from a political standpoint, I think MAXR Technologies would be an interesting company, whether or not you believe in space travel and satellite imaging, or simply about the use cases of these space companies. Inside their website, let's begin and to read. MAXR says they are improving life on Earth from space. We are serving commercial and government missions with a trusted Earth intelligence and a space infrastructure. Let's see and learn more. What are their products today? The use cases. So they've got spacecraft platforms, robotics and servicing, satellite access, satellite imagery, global enhanced geo-intelligence. I'm gonna show to you a video that that somebody shared to me about them. But definitely there seems to be a lot of media coverage about them. The blog has enough information, their press releases, and even the events about them. So let's go fast and take a look more about MAXR Technologies, aka MAXR. MAXR, let's go to finviz.com to augment our studies. Very strong volume, a very strong breakout. So those who don't have MAXR, how will you enter this name? Do you believe that a 10-20% increase in a day is not yet late? With a $3 billion market cap of MAXR and an income of about $59 million and a sales revenue of about 1.67, company traded about 1.7 times price to sales. They don't have, so gross margin is 43%. Let's take a look. They've got a November 5 earnings after market close. Let's take a look in their November earnings report a couple of months ago. But you are seeing that the market is heavily buying MAXR from theory to reality. Let's go and read a lot of news articles about MAXR. Is MAXR a good company to enter into despite it already rising 600%, right? So it started from about $10. Sorry, I think it started 8. So 8 times 6 is about 48. So let's say you're entering 47 right now. Let's see whether it goes $100. That would be the question. Now, is it going to go 100 or is it going to go $40? That is the question, right? Or if it goes to $40, should we buy into it, right? So let's read a lot of the space news. SpaceX launched a Sirius XM satellite. Let's read more about this. For those who are not aware, SpaceX successfully launched, right? Can't remember when SpaceX launched, but it was a very, very good video that that Elon Musk did, right? SpaceX launched on January 8, 2021. SpaceX launched a Turksat 5A mission from their SpaceX in Florida, the first mission of 2021. Falcon 9's first stage booster previously supported the launch of GPS-3 space vehicles 03 and 2 Starlink missions. SpaceX wins contracts for lunar lander environmental satellite launches. Of course, inside the SpaceX fund, inside the ARKX fund, I'm pretty sure that they would have Tesla inside, even if it's not an exact SpaceX, because SpaceX is owned by Tesla. So let's read this for you. SpaceX wins contracts for lunar lander environmental satellite launches. However, of course, Tesla is now trading at about $1 trillion. So some people might sell at 850. Where do people buy? I guess the highest, higher low. People have always been wrong, selling early on their Teslas. If ever their Teslas would go down, it would probably be a strong support already at about 560. these people who sold at about 560 or 640 would get back in, especially if you can enter back on a 30% drop. So this has been an insane run. Of course, it can go $1,000, 1,000 meaning $5,000 pre-split, because it was a 5:1 stock split for the Tesla shareholders. All right, Intuitive Machines announced that it selected SpaceX for a lunar lander mission on a Falcon 9 rocket no earlier than 2022. So most of the revenues here would come from launches and from the funds of many. EDF received $100 million grant from Bezos Earth Fund. So that would become a company as well from Blue Origin. This is a subsidiary of Environmental Defense Fund. The spacecraft will launch through SpaceX small-sat rideshare program, the project spokesman John Koifman said. You can read more about what SpaceX is doing, close out a record-setting year of launches. Indeed, last year, I know that they did a successful launch. It went to the moon and back. Methane Sat picked SpaceX for satellite launch, tracking methane levels in the Earth. So sometimes these launches are done to just track the Earth, right? So agencies and departments have a huge problem in their isolated data structures, including their geodata silos. Each group wants its own repository with different access points. And so the National System for Geospatial Intelligence has renewed their focus to harness the entire GeoInt community through an interactive sharing model of data. So in a way, I think companies like Palantir would be able to sort out the data coming out from Maxar. You've got a lot of artificial intelligence that's going to go understand a lot of geospatial data. A lot of this surveillance will happen. Supercharging the globe in 3D. Join Maxar's high-resolution satellites and 110 petabyte imagery archive with 3D capabilities with global availability. Take a look at more industries on them. It says that industries like these are all working with them. Automotive, civil government, consumer mapping, defense, earth observation, energy, fisheries, global development, maritime security, mining, satellite communications, telecommunication, and the US government. So industry solutions, they can serve dozens of industries: environmental monitoring, mapping, defense, public safety. Earth observation is one of the biggest ways that they are helping stakeholders make timely and critical decisions. If you're going to build hundreds of billions of dollars, you're going to deploy trillions of dollars inside the Earth, whether it be exploration. Well, actually, I think that who are their clients? Who are trying to observe the Earth? Yes, you've got government. Around 50 governments already trust Maxar to help them protect and improve livelihoods of the citizens. Of course, you need defense. And so the US government is likely already a clientele. Defense and intelligence, you want to heighten the national security challenges. Military must source a lot of data more than ever than before. And so they are going to evolve and streamline that for increasingly complex requirements. The US government needs space and geospatial intelligence, so they're already delivering that, plus viable machine learning and AI. So very interesting company, wouldn't you agree? At the $3 billion company, you could see that the industries that they span are bigger than where the market cap today is. Do I see it as a 10x company? Can it be a $30 billion company? I think that this company would move somewhere within the zone of about $2 to $10 billion. There could be a 30% drop, but also I think the drop should be bought. Agriculture and farming, this is true. We're going to detect variability in soil and crop conditions so that the farmers will not have to plant in a place where you cannot predict the soil, right? So, of course, there will be a lot of controlled environments for agriculture. That is CEA, also known as indoor farming. However, I agree with this. LiDAR, drones, and a lot of machinery and farm equipment like Raven Robotics, Raven Industries would actually be helpful for Maxar Technologies. Agree with that. Automotive, consumer mapping. I agree that this company is interesting, and I would put a buy into this even if it's late. Let's say you're buying a tonight at about $47 tonight, 46. I'd say that this merits a lot of attention. And for those who don't have it, perhaps now is the time to actually study MAXR Technologies. Let's go to their MAXR Technologies Twitter channel, Twitter profile. Let's take a look at that. First Piffy Pop ever. Many thanks to Motley Fool for their excellent job not giving up on MAXR Technologies. Congratulations to those who have MAXR. MAXR Technologies combines space infrastructure to bring commercial and government missions. Maxr.com. They have 44,000 followers. Let's follow a lot more. We're a trusted partner and an innovator in Earth intelligence. Let's watch this, guys.
Change on Earth and power exploration into our...
Starting on the start. Go.
At MAXR, we turn big ideas into successful missions that address change on Earth and power exploration into our solar system and beyond. As a partner to innovative businesses and more than 50 governments, we've been building advanced technology since humans first began exploring space, and since we first started looking at Earth from above. MAXR space infrastructure capabilities harness the promise of space for programs like in-space robotics to explore distant surfaces, power and propulsion systems that will push us farther into the galaxy, and communication satellites that provide connectivity across the globe. As a leader in Earth intelligence, MAXR offers situational awareness to protect national security and empower soldiers on the ground. Satellite imagery products sourced from our industry-leading constellation and location analytics that use machine learning and analyst expertise to monitor and detect change. From the images and the navigation app on your phone to the satellites that connects that phone to the internet, MAXR solutions connect Earth and space to make information accessible and insights actionable, all for a better world.
I love to discuss a lot of topics, but I'm already hitting 27 minutes. I'd like to discuss some news. So let me just read a few news for you. Let me read the news about Blackberry on why they popped like 25% last night. Of course, for some people, they are aware that Blackberry has a cybersecurity arm, but let's read the news for you. Investors have been responding to reports such that the company Blackberry sold some of their patents to Huawei. The company is Blackberry sold 90 smartphone technology patents to Chinese technology giant Huawei. They are moving away from their former smartphone focus in the past few years. Blackberry stopped manufacturing smartphones since 2016, but they currently have a large number of patents relating to these devices. Selling them is a clear sign that they've moved on and are putting those efforts into other businesses. The sale of 90 patents out of the tens of thousands that BlackBerry has does not appear to be worth the share price surge that the stock experienced last night. However, investors might be expressing their positive sentiment for the next 6 months. Why is it up 100% since the last 6 months? Okay, there are a lot of reasons. Let's see. BlackBerry has been skyrocketing after the team up with Amazon Web Services, creating an intelligent automotive platform to analyze vehicle sensor data. So it's more about the vehicle sensor data more than the patent selling. With Thursday's spike, the company has already rallied 100%. Let me show to you what happened to BlackBerry. BB. Ticker symbol BlackBerry. So in my view, Huawei, of course, is the leader in a lot of 5G related communications. 5G related is dominated by Ericsson, Nokia. Yes, you heard me right. Nokia and Huawei. So the three of them. So in my view, BlackBerry, which has rallied from a low of $3 to as high as $9 times 3, is happening because of their foray to really just move on from their past and go further to their businesses with Amazon on the vehicle sensor data. How big would that be for BlackBerry? How big would a partnership with Amazon vehicle sensor data truly be? Currently, the market cap of of BlackBerry is $4.78 billion. So I didn't study BlackBerry, but I could tell you that this is being played by the market as a transformational value play. So we get rid of the past, of all your past baggages. But then again, even if you want to get rid of the past, take note that the past still remembers a lot of resistances. So there is a resistance in BlackBerry here at 12, a resistance at 14, another resistance at 16. These are 7 years worth of resistances that BlackBerry has to enable to break before it can actually fly. Now, the question is, can BlackBerry actually break 12, 14, 16 with just an Amazon vehicle sensor? You want to actually see it play out? Is it going to grow from 5 billion? Is Amazon vehicle sensor a $5 billion, a $10 billion opportunity? You answer that. My answer is I probably don't think it's worth that much. It could go higher, but I have other ideas. Now, for Bed Bath & Beyond, I'm happy to say that most of our awesome 10X have this as our one-night stands, aka reopening value plays. We have been buying Bed Bath & Beyond. You could see that there was this gap up, and so we have it at about $20 around November. Around November, suggesting November and December, we've been picking up Bed Bath & $20. There was a lot of transformation that truly happened within the Bed Bath & Beyond. In fact, a news article, even a feature article was better. It was even better in predicting the movement of Bed Bath & Beyond. There were a lot of news. I'm not sure if it's still here in my Slack because it was a news maybe in the last, because I'm not paying for my Slack. It is a free channel. So it would be December. Some of us actually traded the name. Some of us entered the 20, so the 22. But really, this is a transformational story. So Bed Bath & Beyond transforms marketing with appointment of new leaders. This has been not a story in just 2 months ago or a month ago or a day. Bed Bath and that from Target, the executive, which is Mark Tritton. Bed Bath & Beyond, who was a former Target executive, has become the president. That happened October 9, 2019. And with the advent of a new CEO, it soared 21%. In fact, last night, I think that there was another day ago, there was a company that went 20% up because of a new CEO. That was Intel, right? Do you remember? Intel had a new CEO. The shares also rallied, something like from 52, it rallied to 58. That news was a new CEO. So the market truly knows that these are transformational companies, right? Intel, BlackBerry, Bed Bath & Beyond. Some of them are actually transformational stories for a year ago. And those who got in Bed Bath & Beyond 2019 are reaping their benefits for following the new CEO's foray and all the management changes that happened across the board for Bed Bath & Beyond. So what company has Hi, sorry guys. I got disconnected. The last time I talked, I was saying that Bed Bath and Beyond rallied 20% primarily because it was a transformational value play. They've got the Bye Bye Baby and as in Bye Bye Baby, BUY Baby and the Harmon Value. With new creative people inside. Of course, they hired, they cast off all their baggages, all the mistakes that they've had, and primarily they've got new CEO Mark Tritton. He cast off the entire executive suite with new vice presidents and senior vice presidents from Macy's, and so I think that the new management is paid a premium for. E-commerce sales doubled for the period during the COVID pandemic, and so people really have a change of heart for BBY. It's not Blackberry, it's Bed Bath and Beyond. So this is also true for Intel. If you remember, Intel had a new CEO, and so you are seeing that the market is actually paying value. They're paying a premium for value names because new CEO of Intel, Bath and Beyond had a new CEO in 2019. So from 12 it went to 4 and then back to about 27, right? Now, I just wanted to highlight last night the CHEK also are the best diagnostics research for colorectal cancer, then I think that this trend will continue its momentum. And so for check cap, let me say that in my view, from a strictly charting perspective, I think that this one will break 2 and probably go 255. Why $2.55 resistance? Those are resistances in the last year. You've got a very huge resistance, of course, at that 298. So take it one step at a time, but I think that the market is heavily buying a lot of these biogenomic related names or cancer therapies or a lot of these related these biomedical breakthroughs. I'll show you a chart that's also been rising even if I don't have it. Aldeyra Therapeutics has rallied. Oh shucks, I didn't know that I was talking without a screen share. I'm sorry, let me share my screen now. Let me show it to you again the chart. Let me show it to you. Let me just, yes. So CHEK, yes, it rallied from about 40 cents to as high as $3. If you were even earlier at about December, it was still at 30 cents. So it broke 75 cents, broke $1, broke $1.50. Had reached from about 4. So after a blistering move, it went back down to $1.50, which was naturally in control, with bulls in control taking up that 150 and 170 path of least resistance. You might want to get in a check at 185 or even as low as 1.5. Very small position, guys, because these are just cancer or all these diagnostic momentum. So if you are buying check at 185, I think that you have a resistance at about $2.50 and $3. And then whether it goes $4 or $5, let the market speak. Now, I'm going to share to you that within some of these biogenomic arenas, Aldeyra Therapeutics caught my eye. I don't have it, guys, but this one has been rallying from $6 to $12. That was a blistering 100% move in a single week. Now, I said I don't know much about these biogenomic whatever and all these therapeutic names. However, I know that the market is heavily voyeuring right now into a lot of these medical breakthroughs. So just like space, exploration, value transformation place, let's try to read what Aldeyra Therapeutics does have in their own website. Even if I'm not aware of what they do, let's try to read why its stock is jumping 100% already for a week. It is a clinical stage to improve the lives of patients with immune-mediated diseases. So let's take a look. January 13, all of your press releases, Aldeyra Therapeutics, ALDX, a share price meant here at about $50. They sell that $68 million. All right. Typically, investors will actually sell their shares because it will dilute. However, investors are confident that this $65 million is actually a good research and development expense so that it will fund their lead pipeline candidate called reproxalap. What is reproxalap? It is what does it do? It treats dry eye diseases. So if you have dry eyes and you want it to be treated, you want Aldeyra Therapeutics to have the money to actually fund it, right? It is right now there are patients who can't actually use the products because they have symptoms. Reproxalap shows promise in addressing the issues of these current therapies. The main thing to watch is the pipeline progress. It will report results in the second half of the year with plans of a second late-stage study in first quarter of 2021. All right, guys, I think tonight it's 45 minutes already. Discuss a lot of companies for you. I repeat, Space Fund, ARK Space Fund, triggered a lot of space companies to go up. You had Space, SPCE, SRAC, MAXR, NPA. And of course, you've got a lot of transformational value plays happening on. There was a Blackberry movement. You have a lot of short squeezes continuing. If they shorted, I didn't check the short float of Blackberry. It's possible that 20% move was a function as well, not just of the Huawei sale, not just the sale of the 90 patent sale to Huawei or the Amazon vehicle sensor data. But if you're gonna ask me, it could have been a short squeeze. If you're asking me what happened to GME, GameStop, a lot of people say attribute the move to $40 as a short squeeze move. That is possible. So indeed, I would say that those who have it, congratulations. We have been actively preached that that GameStop at about $4 and $7 and $8 seem to have more upside rather than downside. And so I'm happy for all the Awesome 10X members, and do want to invite all of you to like, subscribe, and share, and join us later, 5:30 p.m. for our free Friday class. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.